New Orleans, the number 3 Georgia Bulldogs saw their season end in dramatic fashion on Thursday night, falling 39-34 to the Ole Miss Rebels in the college football playoff quarterfinal at the Sugar Bowl. While there were many twists in a wild game, much of the post-game focus centered on a costly fourth-down sequence that ultimately proved pivotal in the Bulldogs' defeat. Head coach Kirby Smart acknowledged that the play, a fourth and two snap from Georgia's own 33-yard line, was never meant to happen as called, saying the mishandled situation was on us as coaches. "We had a misfire there," Smart said, reflecting on the moment that swung momentum decisively. The ball was not supposed to be snapped in that situation. After Georgia appeared set to punt on 4th and 2, an injury stoppage on the field gave Smart a second thought. He sent his offense back out with two options: try to draw a penalty by getting Ole Miss offsides, or take a delay of game and then punt. But instead of either of those outcomes, quarterback Gunnar Stockton received the ball and was sacked by Ole Miss linebacker Suntarine Perkins, a play Smart later described as a miscommunication between the coaching staff and players. Ole Miss took over at Georgia's 23-yard line and scored shortly thereafter, extending its lead in the fourth quarter. Rather than deflect blame toward his players, Smart took responsibility for the blunder, calling it a coaching error, one that was compounded by the Bulldogs' shaken momentum after surrendering a second-half lead. "To me, we lost momentum," Smart said. "The decision itself, analytics favored going for it, wasn't the issue," he added. "The problem was the look Georgia had from Ole Miss's defensive front and the snap that shouldn't have occurred." Earlier in the game, Georgia showcased its own aggressive strategy with a successful fake punt that netted a first down. But the late fourth down miscue overshadowed that moment and became a defining turning point. Georgia fought back after falling behind, tying the game at 34-34 with less than a minute to play. But a critical 40-yard completion from Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss set up the winning field goal. The Bulldogs finished the year 12-2, closing out a strong season in which the senior class ended with a 51-6 record. But this loss marked a disappointing end, as Georgia became unable to reach a third national title game in 4 seasons. Smart stressed that there are plays he'd love to go back and do differently, but he also praised the resiliency his team showed throughout the season and acknowledged the challenge of competing in playoff environments.